Today marks more than simply a formal agreement. It marks a shared commitment, a commitment to our students, a commitment to innovation, and a commitment to the future of North Carolina. I would like to begin by expressing my sincere gratitude to UNC System President Peter Hans, my sincere gratitude, my boss. I take it sincerely. Sincerely, thank you. And I mean it. Mean it, love you, mean it. I'd like to also thank North Carolina Senate President Pro Tem, Phil Berger. Senator Berger, thank you. Clap, clap, clap. Both of you, your leadership and your steadfast support of this initiative, as well as our ever-growing esports initiative that we started a few years back when some of us of a certain age didn't know what esports was, but as it turns out, our students do. And it has turned into a very, very important program. But the broader point is this is about expanding the high-tech education pathway. It's about a critical commitment of financial support, but more than that, it's about developing pathways for young people in North Carolina to be on the front edge of the labor market. And by being on that front edge, it's what's going to make North Carolina even more prosperous. So I think part of my job here is also to recognize and thank some other leaders who have been here, and many of whom have been longstanding supporters of UNCG over the years. Our new mayor, Mary Kay Abuswe, thank you, thank you. And congratulations, Mayor. Senator Michael Lee, Senator Lee. There you are. Good to see you again. Haven't seen you in a while. I don't know if Representative Branson has made it. He's not here yet. Representative Tracy Clark. Representative Clark. Commissioner Pat Tillman. Thank you. Thank you. At UNCG, we believe that talent is everywhere, and so should opportunity be everywhere. It's this belief that makes this partnership with Guilford County Schools and SparkNC so powerful. Together, we are creating clearer pathways for students to explore high-tech fields, to engage in industry-aligned learning, and to see themselves as future leaders in technology and innovation. SparkHub also represents a transformative moment for UNCG's applied research in computer arts, digitization, and esports, or arcade for short, and that further strengthens North Carolina's robust interdisciplinary gaming and esports industry. Our partnership with SparkNC is accelerating these pathways, and it's leading us to continue to grow our majors and our minors in video gaming and esports studies, and this prepares students to design and build the digital worlds of the future. This hub will also expand the ever-growing Scholastic Esports Alliance, which has been growing in the state for the last several years. But I want to go off script for a minute and say this. My staff is getting nervous.
Me too.
Things like this happen when people of goodwill decide to collaborate.
Amen.
It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, to have a legislature, a school system, a university system, a campus, to all come together, a city and a state, to come together to make something happen. I'm a political scientist by training, studied politics for a long time, and I know that it is difficult. People like to remain in their silos. But this is what can happen. As I see these young people here, it reminds me, and it reminds me every day when I'm on our campus. This is what our mission is about. This is what the future of North Carolina is about. and it will not be prosperous if we do not work together. So we need to think seriously about this and recognize this. I want to end by saying this. The thing that brings us here, our shared belief, is in the future of our students. The high school students, the university students, and ultimately becoming contributing citizens to our labor market. It's the future. And to you students, we're building this future with you all in mind. It's going to be your world, and we're helping you to prepare for it. We're going to shape the next generation of North Carolina's tech talent. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my boss, the very charming and smart. I have to suck up while I can. No, he's been an absolutely fabulous leader for the UNC system. He has a deep and abiding commitment to North Carolina, and in particular to the students of North Carolina. President Peter Hans.
Thank you, Chancellor. Now, I'd like you all to know the Chancellor was allotted 2 minutes on today's agenda. And I'm not great with time, but that was, but hey, I know you're faculty all the way. And you saved it with the altar call there at the end, so where you went off script. I appreciate very much your leadership and your friendship, Chancellor. UNCG has benefited extraordinarily from your tenure here, as I have heard from trustees, faculty, staff, and most importantly, the students, how much you've meant to them, how much you've meant to this institution. So thank you. You know, I'm excited about today for so many reasons, but the partnerships between the university and K-12, enabling our students to see the connections between what they study in high school and college and a career afterwards, helping that come alive for them, that's a really powerful thing that at every opportunity we need to support. And SparkNC is a great example of that. Dr. Moody and I were speaking momentarily about the speakers today that we're most excited to hear are the students themselves, because that's what this is all about. And so we appreciate you so much. One of the primary reasons that North Carolina is the very best place in the country to live and to work and to raise a family is the investments that we've made in education. And when I say we, I'm talking about the people of North Carolina over an extended period of time, many decades in the university system. And the people of North Carolina act through their elected representatives. And the university has been so fortunate to enjoy bipartisan support over all that period of time. Over many decades, as I said, from all parties, branches, chambers within the legislature that act as our bankers. Very fortunate, and we never take that for granted. We never take that for granted. We always want to demonstrate our value and our worth to the people of North Carolina, because there are many priorities, and the support of the university system in North Carolina is unquestioned, absolutely unquestioned. We're in the top 5 states in the country in funding public higher education. And 2 of those are Alaska and Wyoming, really too small to compare to. So it's extraordinary, the support that the university system has enjoyed and what that means to North Carolina's continued growth and prosperity. So I think Senator Berger is a great example of this. He really, really is. This bipartisan vision of access and affordability and high quality available to all North Carolinians. The work that he has led for us in affordability has allowed us to keep tuition low, aid high, and not only 9 years of flat in-state undergraduate tuition, but also the expansion of the North Carolina Promise Program, 4 of our access institutions statewide, $500 a semester tuition. It's amazing. The billions that he has led the fight for in capital for the university system. Over half the state buildings in North Carolina are university. And they cost a lot of money to maintain, to repair, to renovate, and to build. And they also create a lot of jobs along the way, the construction of those. So we're very fortunate for the ways that he has made a difference. Not that long ago, he said, what are we doing to encourage more students to enter the STEM fields? It's not easy to enter a STEM field. I wouldn't have done so successfully. I didn't really have the aptitude for the math classes necessarily. But it's programs like SparkNC that can engage young people earlier and spark an interest in entering the STEM fields. And we know that this is the future of the workforce in so many ways, not exclusively, but in so many ways. And so he encouraged us and he led the way, and we appreciate that. On the affordability, on the capital, on just the continued engagement that we've enjoyed in North Carolina on a bipartisan basis. Very fortunate. So, Dr. Moody, I'm going to turn it over to you because the sooner we get to the main part of the show, hearing from our business partners and our K-12 partners and our elected leaders, and most importantly, the students, the better off we'll be. But look, go Spartans.
Well, today is certainly a landmark moment for our students. Those students who are dreamers, the one who are builders, and the one who are nonlinear thinkers, who are my favorite. And I'm incredibly proud to stand here as we launch our new SparkHub. Our SparkHub isn't just a classroom, it's not just a lab on this campus, but it's the first of its kind bridge between high school students, higher education, and the global workforce. At Spark, we help students accelerate in high-wage, high-tech careers like artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and data analytics. Some of these things that they don't even know the title of when they come into our lab. We provide flexible, real-world experiences where students build, they earn credit, and they graduate with tangible proof of what they can achieve. Quite simply, we do school very differently. We are first learner-centered. We scrap that rigid, semester-based, all one-size-fits-all for every child, and our students follow their passion. They choose what and how they want to learn from an evolving tech experience menu. They move at their own pace. Some speed up when they excel, and some slow down to truly master a concept. We're industry relevant. We don't simulate the real world in our Spark labs. We partner with it. By directly working with our businesses, our students build true professional networks, and they have portfolios of real work when they leave us. Finally, we're competency-based. We traded in the seat time requirement for skill competency. Students earn credit by completing practical real-world projects. It's not about passing a test in the Spark Lab. It's about being able to show what you know. And that kind of vision takes bold leadership. So let me first by saying I want to thank my dear friend, Senator Lee. He championed this work from the start. He pushed us to blur these lines between what high school and college could really look like. So thank you for that. Thank you, Senator Berger, for your leadership, and the Senate for getting that legislation and the funding across the finish line for us so students could enjoy this in North Carolina. Took bold leadership. At this time, if you're an elected official, would you please stand up? We just want to recognize all of you. We know that you give us unwavering support for the students in the future of North Carolina and our workforce, so thank you for that. This work has been, to make it possible, has been a powerful coalition. First, the North Carolina General Assembly, they supported the base funding for this so that we could reach every student. We have incredible, generous philanthropists like the Leon Levine Foundation and Brightbound for major investments that allow us to scale this across the state. And then we're inspired by all kinds of local partners like Live Oak Bank, who championed new labs in their own hometown and communities. We're also grateful that we've been able to partner with industry giants Apple and Cisco and IBM and Lenovo and SAS and Capital Collab and Epic Games and Tech Systems and private consultants, and the list goes on. Our students learn us beside and along with the best in the entire world. And we have special thanks to our board of directors and our educators, where my heart lies. Peter Hans, Chancellor Gillum, Superintendent Oakley, and other superintendents like her, Principal Scott, and other principals in North Carolina like him, and Spark Lab leaders like Nicole Bays and other Spark Lab leaders across our state. As we sign our support today, let us remember it's not about the ceremony, rather it's about the fire inside of students. And in a few moments, you'll get to hear from two of my favorites, Fatuma and Jimmy, and they are living proof of that fire. When we stop limiting our students, they'll start leading us. And this is how we build North Carolina's future, by sparking passion. And so today, they can build the kind of world that we all want to live in. And it's my great honor to get to introduce to you Senator Berger. There's probably many things you know about him, but one that you probably don't. My father taught Senator Berger in high school. So if you think education doesn't matter, I think my dad would be a little surprised if he were living to know that we were sitting side by side trying to do work for students in North Carolina. So it's my great honor, Senator Berger.
And no question, one of the best teachers that I had in high school, and one of the most memorable. So here we are, and I guess there are a lot of folks in here that, what in the world is Spark? And I'm not the person to tell you. But we've got other folks that will be able to do that. I'm Phil Berger, as been mentioned. I have the honor of representing Rockingham County and Guilford County in the North Carolina Senate, and also serve as the President Pro Tem of the Senate. And it's a great day to be here on the campus of the University of North Carolina at Greensboro. I have a son who is an alum. I have a daughter-in-law who is an alum, and a lot of the folks that I represent trace their education to this institution. So it is extremely important. And this is really a special announcement of this partnership between UNCG and local school districts and SparkNC. Before I get into my full remarks, I'd like to say a special thanks to Dr. Frank Gillum, the Chancellor of UNCG, Dr. Whitney Oakley, the Superintendent of Guilford County Schools, and to their respective boards, the faculty, the advisors, for their outstanding commitment to the students here in Guilford County. This partnership sends a clear message to students and parents across the state that our state's educational offerings will continue to evolve to meet their needs and the needs of an ever-changing workforce. That's why we committed funding over the 23-25 biennium to fuel SparkNC. We've seen this model flourish across the state of North Carolina. We want a state where made in North Carolina applies not just to products, but also to talent. This model ensures that our students are first in line for the good-paying jobs coming into our state from companies like Apple and Lenovo and others that have been and will be mentioned. For too long, the path for students in tech has not been a clear path. Today, we are changing that and creating a homegrown talent pipeline that gives every North Carolina student a competitive edge. SparkNC, led by Dr. Lynn Moody, is pushing the boundaries of what learning in North Carolina looks like. In this innovative, learner-centered model, students choose the experiences that ignite their specific and their individual passions. Further, students move at their own pace. By stacking modular experiences, they earn high school credit in computer sciences based on what they actually know, not based on how long they've sat in a classroom. This announcement brings that model to the next level, bridging high school with higher education. This SparkHub is a prototype for the future and a place where high school, college, and career readiness are one seamless path. I can't wait to see what this space will look like a year from now when high school students and researchers work side by side. What we learn from this model at UNCG will provide a blueprint for other institutions across our state. I want to thank Dr. Lynn Moody for her vision, reimagining education. I want to thank UNC President Peter Hans, Chancellor Gillum for bridging the gap between K-12 and our universities. And I want to thank Dr. Oakley for her leadership right here in Guilford County. I'd also like to thank the workforce partners that are involved. Your mentorship ensures our students graduate with the skills needed to immediately make an impact in artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and software development fields. Let's continue to spark the curiosity across all 100 counties here in North Carolina and make sure that North Carolina remains the best place in the nation to learn, to work, and to innovate. And with that, the next speaker is Jamie Falconberry, and I believe he's going to lead with some of our industry partners. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you, everyone, particularly Dr. Moody and the SparkNC team, just phenomenal pulling this all together, and then the Chancellor and President Hans for the work you've done to culminate this today. My name is Jamie Falconberry. I'm just one of several members of the Business Advisory Council for SparkNC that are here today in attendance. Our group is a crosswalk of multiple sectors of the business community that believe in the mission of SparkNC and providing new, exciting opportunities for all students. We provide advice and consultation to the SparkNC team as well. I want to recognize a few of my fellow Business Advisory Council members, and if you're here, please raise your hand and stand. Phaedra Bonadiris with IBM. Nope. All right, she did not make it, but Adam Gary with Strategic EDU. Steve Isaacs with Epic Games. Dr. Kendall Latham with Lenovo. Candace Mills with TEK Systems. Nope. Tech Systems, sorry. There. Thank you. And Dexter Robinson, Cisco. There he is. I also want to recognize Kate Grote with Live Oak Bank from Wilmington, who couldn't make it here with us today. Kate and Live Oak have been tremendous partners and supporters of the program since the inception, and I want to make sure that that was reflected today while we're all here. Before I pass this off to Dr. Oakley, I do want to take a moment to share 2 quick points about how SparkNC is changing the game in public education. Last summer, members of the Business Advisory Council had the privilege of attending the exchange at UNC Wilmington. It's basically summer camp for all the lab leaders and the students. During one of the sessions at the exchange, we sat down with groups of students to talk about their goals after high school and how this program has made such a positive impact on their trajectory and outlook of their lives post-high school graduation. At the end of one of the sessions, I asked a simple question. Now that you're in and have experienced SparkNC, what, if anything, would you change about school? One student who had barely spoken the entire time, and when she answered very quietly, more sheepishly, because I think she was worried she's going to get in trouble for her answer in front of all her lab leaders. But she says, I wish all my classes were like SparkNC, and I wish I could stay in the lab all day. Every other student immediately nodded their head and agreed. Now, how many times do you hear from students who say they never want to leave the classroom? To all of us here, or to all of us there, that was a moment of a powerful testament to what is possible when we rethink how education is delivered. When students don't want to leave their learning environment because they feel engaged, empowered, and inspired, it's a beautiful combination of what public education can look like. That kind of impact doesn't happen by accident. It happens because leaders like Senator Phil Berger are willing to be bold. So thanks to all of you and all the legislators in this room who have the courage to push the envelope on what public education can be for all of our students. Before doing what I do now, I worked at the Department of Public Instruction, and I remember receiving the call from Senator Berger's office about this bold idea of giving students the ability to create their own pathways in high-tech fields. We were excited. We all said, you tell us what we need to do, we will make it happen. And I'll never forget the follow-up meetings with the ed chairs, Senator Lee being one of them, conveying to us that this new delivery of education only works if we all work together, which is what the Chancellor commented on earlier. It works together so we could put students first. And that is exactly what happened. The General Assembly provided the vision and funding. The department and state board offered flexibility and support. Local school districts and leaders like Dr. Oakley embraced innovation. The business community invested time, talent, and resources. And because of all this collaboration, we are standing here today, now watching the next iteration of SparkNC partnerships with our university system, opening a Spark Lab so students can step even more confidently into their futures. So on behalf of the Business Advisory Council, thank you again to everyone here who made this day a reality, from President Hans, the system chancellor, President Hans in the University System Office, UNC and the Chancellor, Guilford County Schools, and for being that catalyst in taking SparkNC to greater heights. And a special thanks again to Senator Berger and the legislature for continuing to put students first in all your decisions at the General Assembly. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Whitney Oakley, proud superintendent here in Guilford County Schools, and just excited to be in another version of my home here at UNCG to celebrate bringing SparkNC to the campus. It is really striking to think about the organizations that are represented in this room when we think about business leaders, higher education institutions, elected officials, nonprofit institutions, joining forces with public education to innovate and create opportunities for students right here in Guilford County. This is exactly what we mean when we talk about collaboration and partnership. This is how we're able to strengthen pathways for students and help them find their foothold in careers that can not only support them financially in the future, but can also help them be those next generation leaders themselves. The Spark model really opens new worlds for students and allows them to find what excites them for their future. We may not always do quite enough of that when we think about it in the classroom, but this type of personal student-driven learning is what we call the Guilford Guarantee, and the K-12 space is all about helping students discover their own aptitudes and giving them the resources they need to step into a career path that works for them. It can be through an industry certification, a workplace experience, or a four-year college pathway. The Guilford Guarantee is our promise that all students can graduate from Guilford County Schools with the college credits up to an associate's degree or an industry-recognized credential or a meaningful workplace experience. So through this Guilford Guarantee and programs like Spark, we're really ensuring that every student has access to the hands-on experiences, the mentorship, and the pathways that connect the classroom learning to the modern economy. Spark Lab is going to expand our district's ability to deliver the industry-recognized skills before graduation, helping students leave us with that competitive edge that they've told us and their families have told us that they need. And they're challenging themselves to do more in that space and to reach higher. So we're ensuring that our business community continues to grow stronger, working with them thanks to the influx of talented, prepared graduates who are ready to jump right in to the workforce with those relevant and in-demand skills. So together, with the support of those in the room, we're taking K-12 education from a static place to a dynamic place. Students aren't just receiving information about what could be and those abstract concepts, they're putting them to work in the real world. We're giving students the tools they need to create the future that they need and deserve, and we need to figure out how to do more of it and at scale. Today's launch is not just about a new lab or a new space, it's about industry, community, and higher education partners working together to support this concept around the Guilford Guarantee to prepare every student to enter the world confident, capable, and ready to make an impact, and we're appreciative to be a partner in the work. So to talk more about what Spark Labs can actually do for our students, please welcome our resident expert, Nicole Bays from Southeast High School.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here today at UNC Greensboro as we celebrate this important step in building North Carolina's tech talent pipeline. My name is Nicole Bays, and I have the privilege of leading the Spark Lab at Southeast Guilford High School. Every day, I watch students walk into space that doesn't look or feel like a traditional classroom. There aren't rows of desks or packets of worksheets. Instead, there are students building portfolios, collaborating on projects, talking to industry professionals, and discovering what they're capable of. SparkNC gives students access to high-tech learning experiences that are connected to real careers. They're not just learning about technology, they're using it, creating with it, and figuring out where they fit in the future workforce. And the impact is real. Since July 2025, our lab has had dozens of active platform users, learners completing units, earning credits, and building market value assets like portfolios and certifications. Even more important, 100% of our scholars reported that they are achieving their own goals, and the vast majority say that SparkNC is helping them make more informed career decisions. But the numbers only tell part of the story. What really matters is what happens when a student realizes, maybe for the first time, that they belong in tech, that they can build something, that they can solve a problem no one has solved yet. In our lab, students explore everything from artificial intelligence and game development to engineering and robotics. They fail, they iterate, they collaborate, and they grow. And along the way, they build confidence, perseverance, and the skills that will carry them into college, careers, and industries that are changing every day. You were originally scheduled to hear from Jack, one of our students who's been using tools like Unreal Engine to build towards his dream of becoming an aerospace engineer. Unfortunately, he came down with an illness and is not able to be here today. But his work represents this kind of persistence and curiosity we see from our students every day. Instead, you'll hear from Fatuma, who explored the world of self-driving cars and artificial intelligence and discovered both new skills and a sense of confidence along the way. And you'll hear from Jimmy, who will tell you about how SparkNC connects technical skills to real-world impact through his work with District C. He's had the chance to take what he's learned and apply it to authentic challenges, showing how these experiences prepare students, not just for school, but for the kinds of problems they'll solve in their future careers. They're powerful examples of what happens when students are given access, support, and the chance to do real work that matters. It is my honor to introduce Fatuma and Jimmy.
Hello everyone, my name is Fatuma and I'm a Spark Ambassador at Southeast Guilford High School. First off, I would like to say that most people my age think of cars as machines, engine, wheels, and gas. But thanks to SparkNC, I spent my last unit learning how cars think, learn, and make decisions. While the rest of the world is wondering how AI and automations make cars drive themselves, I've been busy learning how those systems are built, trained, and tested. When I first started this unit, I didn't think I would understand any of it. Self-driving cars sounded like something only for tech engineers in big tech companies to work on, not students like me. But through SparkNC, I wasn't just learning about it. I was actually working with the ideas behind it. I learned how systems make decisions, how data teaches machines, and how technology can respond to real-life situations. It wasn't easy, but there were times I didn't get it at first. But instead of quitting, I kept learning how to make it better, keep adjusting it, and keep learning it. When I first started SparkNC, I didn't really know what I was getting into. I just knew it wasn't a normal class, and that ended up being the best part. Instead of worksheets and memorization, I actually was learning how to solve real-life problems. And what surprised me the most wasn't just the tech, it was the confidence. Not the confidence in being good in tech, but the confidence in my ability to learn it. SparkNC didn't just teach me skills, it taught me how to think, how to problem solve, and how to keep going even when things didn't work out the first time. SparkNC showed me that technology isn't just something we use, it's something we can create and understand. It bridges the gap between the classroom and the real world And because of that, I don't only feel like a student anymore. I feel like someone preparing for a future I can actually see myself in. And now, Jimmy will come up.
All right, so I'm Jimmy. I'm a ambassador for SparkNC at Southeast Guilford. In today's world, communication acts as a bridge between knowledge and impact. Without it, even the best ideas can get lost. A year ago, I never believed I would be standing here, sharing my experiences with Spark and having an influence on my community. Through SparkNC, I created many real-world projects that can prepare me for my career. One of my latest cycles was with District C, and it was a unit with Spark called Teamship, a team-based internship. Working in groups was not my favorite thing to do. In traditional classes, group work was tedious and cliquey, and often the work was put on a single individual. But Teamship taught me how real-world professionals apply teamwork in their projects. It taught me how to leverage the strengths and perspectives of a diverse group to provide the greatest value to a product. For example, I interned at a business here in downtown Greensboro called Fungi Marketing, a digital marketing company based here. Working with 3 other students around the county, we analyzed their problem, prototyped a solution, and presented our results to the founder of the company. Every one of us had a different idea to solve the problem, and we had some trouble coming to an agreement. But by combining our unique skills and perspectives, we created one unified solution. I contributed by bringing my experience with coding to produce a prototype website that we presented to them. SparkNC sparked a new perspective on teamwork. Not only is teamwork essential for the modern workforce, but it's also deeply rooted in the world of technology. The collaboration skills I learned in the lab helped me achieve a positive impact on my local community. And the experience of working with a real-world business has assisted in building my network and durable skills. And I feel more comfortable knowing that I'm going into college and my knowledge will bring change around me. Thank you.
It's time for us now to sign our agreement. Senator, Dr. Moody, President Hans, please join me.
Sign wherever you want.
We'll let you know what it's for later.
Yeah. How much money do I owe you now? Get around, please, Dr. Moody. You're gonna get around, or I'll get over here.
Trade places to a do-si-do. All right, all eyes on me for this first one. Beautiful, one more. Ah, happy. Use teamwork. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us and celebrating with us for this signing today. Please join us in the lobby for some refreshments, to meet some Spark students, and an opportunity to tour our arcade lab down the hallway, which is a model for the upcoming SparkHub. Thank you all.